right. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I'm Chelsea Bimefore, filling in on the anchor desk and the alert desk online this weekend. Carly Barnett has the weekend off. She's actually celebrating her birthday today, so happy birthday to our own Carly Barnett. She's celebrating, I think, 33 years old. So we're following a lot of headlines today, including probably the biggest that you've seen come across your TV or your online browsers this afternoon about the second possible attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. We know that this happened today. All right. Might have been having some technical difficulties there with our microphone. Was any of that audible? All right, we're going to start this stream over. Sorry about the technical difficulties. All right, everybody, thank you again for tuning in. We were having some problems with our audio, so I want to go over some of these headlines that we're following today, including a possible second assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. This happened today in Florida at the Trump International Golf Club on West Palm Beach. The Secret Service says a man with a high-powered rifle approached that golf course around 2 o'clock today and pointed that gun towards the golf course, towards Donald Trump. Was just a couple holes away from Trump. We know that a Secret Service agent fired their weapon at the suspect, who dropped a gun and then got into a car that sped away. So law enforcement was able to track that car down in a nearby county and arrested that suspect. At this point, though, they have not released that suspect's name or identity, but Secret Service added that this person left behind a firearm, 2 backpacks, and a scope on the golf course. Now, this comes just 9 weeks after former President Donald Trump was grazed by a bullet in the ear while speaking to supporters at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. This is some video from that assassination attempt. You're looking at the suspect from that shooting that happened back in July. So now this, of course, is going to add to a lot of political drama that's unfolding here as we head towards Election Day. We're just about 51 days away, I believe, from the November election. Now to some happier news that's affecting people across Atlanta and the Southeast. AT&T has come to a tentative agreement with a union that's representing thousands of their workers who've been on strike over the last month. We've seen some of those strikes right here in downtown Atlanta and across metro Atlanta. Employees were demanding better wages and lower health care costs. That tentative agreement reached today does include wage increases of 19% and lower health care premiums in the next 5 years. This agreement, again, reached this afternoon and should go into effect tomorrow morning. They sent out a memo, the union, saying that all AT&T employees should show up tomorrow for their regularly scheduled work shift. And then a couple other stories that we're also following tonight. Atlanta News First reporter Blake Devine speaking with people out in Metro Atlanta about the CDC's decision to end free COVID vaccines. If you do have insurance, that might still be a low cost or no cost to you, but if you do not, and were previously able to get a free vaccine from the CDC, they'll now be charging you $202 out of pocket. So again, Blake Devine working on that story, speaking with people, getting their reactions on that, and also speaking with healthcare professionals about what this means moving forward and any trends we may be seeing with the spread of COVID coming up this fall and winter. Also, the Atlanta Dream played this afternoon. They defeated the Washington Mystics, so they are still holding on, trying to clinch that last playoff spot in the WNBA Finals. If they're able to do so, the WNBA playoffs start next Sunday, so of course we're all rooting for the Atlanta Dream. All right, that about wraps it up for me. So we are going to show you a beautiful shot of downtown Atlanta overlooking Mercedes-Benz Stadium right now as we transition into weather with First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin.
Yeah, an improvement in the forecast. That's kind of the name of the game. Today, a nice afternoon, actually, after kind of a gloomy start and even some early afternoon drizzle. Finally clearing it on out and seeing improvement in the First Alert forecast, and again expecting that to continue. Nothing but nice weather on the way tonight into tomorrow. Now there will still be some clouds. It won't be completely sunny. Nonetheless, a far cry from the gloom and all the rain that we have grown accustomed to here in North Georgia and Metro Atlanta over the past 72 to 96 hours, 3 to 4 days. We've been consistently pretty gloomy out there with periods of rain. Now unfortunately, some missing out on the significant, needed rain. They got the gloom and a few sprinkles, so enough to maybe throw off some of those outdoor plans without the benefit of getting, needed rain. And that's in particular the case up across extreme northeast Georgia and the north central Georgia mountains. But we're trending drier. We're trending a little brighter in the forecast. So if you missed out on needed rain this go around, may have to wait a little bit, though there's some opportunity for some moisture back in the forecast as we get into our Tuesday and our Wednesday. So we're going to load up our weather graphics here, tell that weather story, looking forward to certainly better conditions as we get into the heart of the new work week. But as mentioned, there is still a opportunity or two, I would say, over the next 7 days or so for some needed rain in the First Alert forecast. I'm going to go ahead and talk tropics first. We're going to pull up what is now potential tropical cyclone 8. Will be a tropical storm or perhaps subtropical storm. Again, there's a kind of we know winds are going to be tropical storm strength, but the exact structure of the system is still a little bit in question. Certainly, it's over warm water temperature, so tropical characteristics, but also kind of attached to a cold front. Those are some subtropical characteristics there. So regardless of the science, the technicality behind it, we are forecasting tropical storm force winds and some heavy rain across portions of the coastal southeast. Now, for us, not much of an impact at all. Again, we're going to zoom down in. An interesting setup here. You can see the counterclockwise spin here around this area of low pressure. It is an area of low pressure. We do, of course, know that. That is a potential tropical cyclone 8. And we also have just a little bit of spin here, and this is the leftover kind of remnant moisture pool, which was once Category 2 Hurricane Francine, and then, of course, contributed to some of the gloom in our forecast here locally. In between, we're drying out between these two systems. Not much going on in this particular area, right over north central Georgia, down in the middle Georgia, even coastal Georgia, kind of missing out on any of the rain. Now, we'll walk hour by hour, talk about how what is forecast to become subtropical or tropical storm Helene could bring just a couple of showers back into our First Alert forecast. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, improving conditions this evening. We still do have some clouds out there and maybe a sprinkle or two, mainly southwest of the city of Atlanta, but no real impact to, the evening dog walk. Last minute trip to the grocery store at 8:25 on a Sunday evening. Forgot a couple of things earlier. Maybe a sprinkle or two, but that's it. No significant impacts, no weather woes. And out the door tomorrow morning, We're going to wake up to some fairly comfortable temperatures in the mid to upper 60s across the metro. We will warm back up tomorrow afternoon. A warmer day tomorrow than it was today. And again, as we get deeper into this forecast, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, we are streaming live right now, Atlanta News First on YouTube. That's the account to like and to follow, or just simply stream. Also, you can text us 470-777-WANF. That's 470-777-9263. And I do apologize. Throat is a little sore and voice is a little hoarse. So just bear with me. Let me know what you're dealing with. I think it's the ragweed. Some allergens are higher, not necessarily tree pollen like in the spring, but ragweed in particular, and at times the past few weeks mold spores have been higher, and people have been struggling with some of those issues. So getting into the forecast tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and backtrack to tomorrow morning. We discussed that tomorrow morning is going to be comfortable, a little warmer tomorrow afternoon. Today we were up around 80 or so in many places. And then as we get out into the afternoon, some of us warmed into the lower 80s with a little bit more sunshine those last few peaks before sunset. Alex is watching from East Point. Good evening to you, Alex. Thank you for tuning in and for watching. Waking up to 67 in Atlanta tomorrow morning, 65 in Griffin, upper 60s in Eatonton, low to mid 60s in Ellijay and Helen and Blue Ridge and Clayton, Rabin County. Up in our mountain communities, a little cooler tomorrow. Could be some upper 50s at the highest elevations for a time early tomorrow morning. Of course, typically coolest before 8:15 or so in the morning. And then we're rebounding. Tomorrow afternoon, again, closer look at high temperatures, this time including all of the metro and all of North Georgia. That 83 is for Atlanta. A little warmer up in Rome, a little cooler up in the mountains, upper 70s and lower 80s. Still a little warmer than you were today, mind you. 82 in Covington, 81 in Eatonton. So more 80s than 70s on the map tomorrow. Still, though, forecast to be just shy of average. They're getting closer to it in the city of Atlanta. Hour-by-hour forecast. Again, let's walk you through what we have going on. So, out the door Monday morning, no issues. We're mostly sunny, in fact, for a time tomorrow. But look at what is going on to our west. This is that low, what is forecast to be subtropical storm or tropical storm Helene, and this is that counterclockwise flow, bands of rain on its northern side in particular. For us, it's really going to be, at least initially on our Monday, even into Monday evening, just some increasing cloud cover, and I think a bit more of a northerly breeze. You're going to notice that, but that's a very comfortable breeze for us this time of year. But no real rain through early Monday evening. That tries to, change as we get into early Tuesday morning potentially. Here we are, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. And notice how along our state line counties, Rabin County up in, far northeast Georgia, Clay County, North Carolina, Habersham County, into Banks County, on over into Oglethorpe County, getting down into the Augusta area. We do have a little bit of rain early Tuesday morning, not for the metro, but extreme east and northeast Georgia. Little bit of shower activity that could work its way over towards Fannin County, Gilmer County, Pickens County, Lumpkin County as we get into the after sunrise hours Tuesday, mid-morning to noon. Still dry in the metro, but, increasing clouds. I think we'll have some clouds, maybe a sprinkle or two. No significant weather issues or woes. The winds won't be strong, just a nice noticeable breeze. So even with this, potential tropical or subtropical system as the crow flies not far away from us at all, looking like a very minimal impact on North Georgia here through Wednesday. Just that 20% chance of a shower, maybe up to about 30%, 40% up in the mountains, but mainly overnight Monday, wee hours of Tuesday morning. Not much of a daytime impact there, and rain will not be heavy, and these areas missed out on the rain that some were blessed with earlier this week, and they need the rain too. So this is more of a good thing than anything else. And then we're drying back out, warming back up as we get into the Thursday, Friday time frame. Temperatures back in the mid to upper 80s by Thursday afternoon, some near 90. And then trending just a little bit cooler. We're going to bring back in a slight chance of rain as we get into the weekend with a high temperature of 81 Saturday and 82 on Sunday in the first alert forecast. So again, just wanted to drive home the key points. We did send an app video to the First Alert Weather app not too long ago, earlier this evening, with the latest forecast. No real changes from then. There is that minimal chance of showers in the metro, maybe hit or miss rain, light rain in general with some breezy winds up in the mountains in far east Georgia, Tuesday into Wednesday. And then trending briefly warmer, if not a little hotter, hotter than average. Getting close to 90 in many spots, especially south of the metro. And then as we get into next weekend, some more subtle changes. Going to bring up that rain chance just a bit, bring down your temperatures a skosh as we get into next weekend. A reminder, we're on at 10, Chelsea by 4 and I, 10 p.m., Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate for the latest news headlines from around the nation and here at home, as well as your latest First Alert forecast. That starts at 10 p.m. And then on Atlanta News First, back on WANF at 11 p.m. Reminder, you can always get a check of that forecast in the First Alert weather app and at atlantanewsfirst.com. Leaving you with a gorgeous shot looking back towards the bends from Centennial Olympic Park in downtown Atlanta. Nice evening, nice breeze, comfortable temperatures. Tracking drier, brighter weather with just a slim chance or two of a couple showers in the work week forecast.